Honestly, when I saw some people like these testimonies and they're like, oh my God, I can't, I have so many orders. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh, please. But like, here I am saying, yeah, I really like, I had to ship out like 16 orders today. And I'm taking risk by like purchasing a machine for it because right now we're hand doing everything. So for growth, that's what we're doing. So yeah, I was very skeptical because honestly, like I watched these testimonies, I'm like, okay, like come on, like all these people saying stuff, it's like honestly too good to be true. And I actually contacted some of them and they're like, are you selling any products? And they're like, okay, join the program. Because literally I was working on like what should I make for like the drop to like more products. So I was either gonna spend money on more products that no one will probably see or purchase or joining the program. And honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made in business. Like I may have launched my business back in March last year, but my business actually didn't launch until like I joined for good profits. So like I worked in the fashion industry in New York for 10-ish years. And I was working very hard, but I just felt kind of like that emptiness where like I was really good at what I was doing, but I just felt like there was like not much purpose and like how toxic the fashion industry is. And I just wanted to do things on my own. If I could work this hard for this company, I'm sure I could work so much harder for a company that I created. So that's when I decided to launch my own business and really be intentional about like where I source my materials to. So the offer that I launched when I joined For Good Profit was it's called Scar Strap. SCAR, and it stands for Salvage, Cleaned, and Repurposed. So they're climbing ropes, retired climbing ropes that are used to carry people's, it's a sling for people to use for their reusable water bottles because I really like outdoors and also hanging out in the city. And I see a lot of people hand carrying their water bottles during their hike. Their hand is already occupied with their phone, so they literally are like hands are so occupied. So I was like, okay, I need some sort of thing because I am a minimalist. And I saw the problem and I want to solve it. So that's why I launched this and I was very intentional about where I source the materials as well. I launched my business just 1 year ago in March. And when I launched it, I come from a product design background. So I have some sort of like pricing and all those negotiation skills with factories overseas. So I was like, okay, I got this. Like business, I see everyone else doing it. I'm sure I could do it. So once I launched it, it was cool because like I got some exposure to like mostly friends, like close circles, and I had people purchasing that I knew, like no one was stranger that I was shipping orders to. Um, and I was like, okay, I could get hang of this. And then a couple months later, literally radio silent. And I'm like, okay, I need to do some marketing, which I have like no background in. So I was like, okay, I see people like posting on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. So like I would create contents and I don't have a lot of followers because I'm an introvert and I just like to stick things to myself. So I was posting on social media, hoping for that viral post to get sales. And I was doing that for like maybe like from like April to like August. And that was like pretty low point in my life. I was very unsatisfied. My mental health was really taking a toll on this because I was just not seeing any growth or I didn't even know how to approach it. And I wasn't even sure if I was putting my time in the right thing because I was doing so many different things and asking myself, is this even gonna like bear fruit in the end? So I was very uncertain and very doubtful. And I was even looking for jobs to go back to like full-time jobs. I was like,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. And then I saw the ad on Instagram um, of you saying like, oh, product isn't everything. And that's when I was like, okay, this is kind of like my Hail Mary. Let me just try it. I didn't even think about agencies. A lot of people in the community, it seems like they've been burned out by the agency. So I didn't really face that because I think I was still pretty new and I wasn't really aware of that market space. So that's when I joined back in September, and it's
Mm,
been a game changer since then. Literally, like my dream was to like sell to strangers. That
mm,
I was like, if I don't recognize the name, like then like this program was worth it. That's how desperate I was to sell to strangers. So I got like bunch of like holiday like gifts and sales in December, and then January I did some more testing and got a little bit more sales, and then February last month was my best month. I had 50 orders, which is, I actually have the units. Let me see. So in December, I sold 56 units,
mm,
33 orders, and January, 35 units. And then February, like it's starting to build, 64 units. And then March right now is actually the best month because it's not even end of March, well, kind of, but I sold 83 units. It was very refreshing. My husband, he told me that he's never seen me so studious, or he never
mm,
thought that I could be studious. When I joined, I was like literally like light bulb. I'm like, I need to get on this. And I don't really like school or like teachers. I no offense to teachers, but it's just not my thing. But like the program and everything that it taught, I was just like absorbing it like a sponge. I would like stay up till like really late to just like finish all the program and gain all the knowledge. It was like really enlightening for me. I was actually surprised about how it started off with the mindset.
mm,
um how it start. I thought it would just jump into like how to build ads and do all the marketing stuff, but like it really helped me to build a foundation on like what I want to achieve and how I'm going to achieve, and like really having that entrepreneur mindset, which I did not have before. um yeah, so I was actually really surprised to start off with that, and I go back to that section module time to time to kind of like reset. Yeah, I didn't have any ownership, nor did I have like entrepreneur mindset. It was more like if I make a good product, then people will just see the value in it and purchase
mm,
it. But Daryl mentioned it, like if an entrepreneur makes a product and no one's there to see a value of it, did they create a product? And that's so true. I think just like really pinpointing like the customer's needs rather than just trying to push them another product, saying that you need this.
mm,
um I guess the program really helps you point out like, why do you build this, why did you create this to help customers. And it's amazing because I recent yesterday I got an email from a customer saying like, thank you for making this product, like it's so helpful for me, like and they're not even using it the way that I had intended. Like some people are
mm,
using for their snowboarding boots and they're
mm,
getting very creative, which is awesome. So it's like very fulfilling. And also for me, time is like very valuable. Like I'm
mm,
very selective about even like how I spend my time with people, or like if I'm gonna spend time reading, I rather do something that is self-development. So you could, I think you guys mentioned that you could spend like hours on like different sources, YouTube or whatever it is, to gain all the education that you need. But if you just join this, it's like a whole package that's already there, so you're not having so many different outlets speaking to you, and you have to kind of decide, okay, which route do I take? And that could be very confusing um and not productive. So the program has a lot of like, it teaches you about like the value, the units and all that stuff, and like it goes through the technicality of like how to set it up. That was very, it was almost like a break for me because all I had to do was like follow it and not
yeah,
really think about it. So that was really easy, like easy to follow, and it made sense. Like now that I'm like going through it and doing all those things, like it's like muscle memory now. It's literally like monkey see, monkey do. It's like so easy as long as you're like pausing and then make sure everything's correct and aligned, then you're all set up and you just have to create banging ads
Mm.
and off you go. And there's like the whole community and they will help you. And if you look into the community, people already asked the similar questions, so you could easily search that. So I'm the type that don't like to ask for help, which is probably why I joined this program, so that I could
Mm.
just follow like textbook. But I realized that being an entrepreneur, I also need to get myself out there. So like when I joined my first Q&A, I don't know if you know the story, but I went
Do
to a
tell.
really late one because I didn't want to like share or just speak in like in front of an audience. And I think Daryl sensed when I came up to the call because I had a question. And he kind of like ripped me apart in like the best way that I needed. Um,
Mm.
so I told him that I cried after that Q&A, and he just like, I think that's how he will probably remember me. But it was like out of like love and like support. And like after rewatching that recording, it was like nothing. Like I think I was just like very vulnerable and just need to step out there. Honestly, like I could just say like just do it. It won't make sense at the moment, but once you go through it, like the way how the program is so organized and it helped me to organize myself and my daily routines, like that is like priceless.